Good morning, everybody. Hope we have a lovely night rest. Yes. Welcome to this morning's morning market review. And I remain our anchor and host for this morning, Josh FX. Yeah. All right. So we know the drill as it is. Let's start. So yes, I can see that we have some good number of us on ground. Yes, even though it's not up to what we expect, and yes, we know a lot of people are still coming in, but all the same, you know the do, and we know the way we do it. So yes, I'm acknowledging us right away. Adewumi Mbewodun. Okay. Mbawudun or something. Okay, so let me just start with the first name. Adewumi, yes, good morning. Ajo Emmanuel, good morning. Anthony Onyedika, good morning. Ayodele Ayegbusi, good morning. Brown Akinola, good morning. Chinedu Osaji, good morning. Chukwuemeka Anozie, good morning. Clement Olalere, good morning to you. Okay. Ekpemski, good morning to you. Evidence, good morning to you. Okay, so Gideon Tabubo, good morning to you. Ike Adinde, good morning to you. James Oktegbayo, good morning to you. Lekan Bulit, good morning to you. Mandu Timothy, good morning to you. Yes, Olariwaju Benga, good morning to you. Samuel Vicent, good morning to you. All right, so yeah, so Anyu Felix, Olugbenga, good morning to you. Aziz Zainab, good morning to you. All right. So for now, I think I've called all the names that are on ground. So this is it. If I did not call your second name, I'm sorry. You know, sometimes you might not be able to pronounce some names. Well, maybe, you know, factors of maybe because we are not from the same state, but all the same, we are one in one nation. We are all Nigerians. So accept it the way I'm calling your name for now. Just pardon me on that. But all the same, good morning to everybody. And it's nice having you on this morning's market review. I remain your humble anchor, Josh FX. All right. Oh, Clement Olalere is saying good morning to me. Thank you. Olariwa Jubinga is also saying good morning to me. I say thank you to you. All right. So a quick one. Um, just to know that everybody is able to hear me from their own end to fulfill all righteousness so that we're on the same page before we move on to know how the market is going to be this morning, then how we're going to uh take or tackle the market. Before we do that, please, I would like each and every one of us to just come to the chat section. At least I need about 3 people shouting loud and clear. Wow. Okay. So Clement Olalere has done that loud and clear. Kingsley Eromosele, good morning to you because I know that I did not see that name when I was acknowledging. Yeah, good morning to you. Saying loud and clear. Brown Akiola, loud and clear. Aziz Zainab, clear. All right. Evidence, clear. James Otegbayo, clear. Lake Bullet, clear. All right. Thank you very much. I really appreciate this. In fact, the way people are responding is really giving me more energy, more energy. It means information will be coming out from this my tummy this morning. Thank you very much. I really love that. I really love that. All right. So if you're unable to hear me from your own end, it means the issue is not from my side. So I'll kindly advise you switch off your device, you on it again. It's more or less like you're refreshing or resetting your device, or you change your location. And with that, I believe everything we move on well. Okay, so first thing first, like we all know, I'm going to start with the fundamental aspect of this market, after which I drive straight into the technical part of it. You understand? So good one. Let's start. Let's start. All right. So I'll be sharing my screen now, and I want to believe that from our own end, everybody is able to see my screen right away. Yes. Yes. So first thing first, if you look at my your screen now, I believe everybody's able to see that this is showing this forexfactory.com. Yes. Okay. All right. All right. All right. So yeah, you're going to get informations deep from my heart and my belly too. Everything is inside. You get it. Don't worry, Mr. Eromosele. We're here together. Okay, so here we go. As of this morning, we have a breaking news saying Japan Komeito Party is to leave the ruling coalition with the LDP. Now, you see, whenever you're receiving a breaking information like this, one of the things we know is it's going to affect the market, but we really do not know where it's going to go, whether it's going to tilt up or down. But one of the things we advise is you look at your chart. Once you see the direction the market is going, you follow it. That's what we advise. All right. So as of this morning, again, we have news coming out, and the first news we are seeing is on CNY. It says new loan, but it's saying tentative. So if we're saying tentative, it means we are not sure it's going to be released. You understand? It might be, it might not. That's what we're seeing. Okay. And also, by 1:30 p.m., we're going to be having news coming out on Canadian dollar. That's for the employment change and the unemployment rate. And like we all know, when it comes to employment has it's one of those factors that is used to measure if an economy is expanding or not. You understand? If the employment rate is good, we also know that it means something is going on good in that economy. And if it is bad, if the employment rate is very, very poor, we also know the effect it has on the economy that is negative. Okay. So by 3 p.m., we're expecting a news on prelim University of Michigan consumer sentiment and also prelim University of Michigan inflation expectation. All right. So we'll be waiting for that. But kindly note, there's also an information that we are seeing that is being highlighted on Forex Factory saying US government data may be impacted by the shutdown. Tentative events are subject to delay, revision, or cancellation. So one way or the other, you might be seeing 3 p.m. and by that time they might not release it. Although it's not showing us tentative as of this morning, you understand, as of now. But if later they might decide to change it to tentative, and we might not see it there. But all the same, we should be wary of that news. So, but one of the things I want us to understand is whenever the news is coming, yes, it's going to move the market. And as we can see, as of this morning, the two news we are having by 1:30 and 3 p.m. are high impact news. You can see the color of the folder is red. So indirectly, it's telling us that, well, just like we all know, whenever we see any news coming out with the red folder, we regard to it as high impact news. Then the brown folder is regarded as a medium impact. And the only one we are seeing that as a brown folder is the news coming out on CNY, which they say is tentative, which means might or might not be released. And for us on our platform, we do not have the CNY. We do not have the CNY. Okay, so that's that for the fundamentals for today. But let's go straight into the market technically and see what is happening. So we'll take it from there. Okay, we'll take it from there. All right. So first thing first, let's look at the instrument we're seeing. We're looking at Euro USD. We're looking at Euro USD. All right. So before I move on, there's an important information I would like to give to us. So for all those that are in Lagos, are in Lagos, I'm using this opportunity to announce to you that we at the academy in Lagos, we've decided to hold a training for us tomorrow. Tomorrow. We're holding a training for us tomorrow. Now, we all know that, yes, normally Saturdays we don't do any trainings or lectures or anything. Yes, we don't do that. And because we know that the market, yes, we don't, because you know that Saturdays the market really does not move. You understand? But tomorrow by 10 a.m., the class is going to start. It's going to be a special class. It's a special class. So we are inviting you to come around. As far as you're in Lagos, you're invited to come around. The class is going to be come up by 10 a.m. It's just a 2 hours class. We don't intend to take the whole Saturday from you. It's just going to be from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. And you see, the head of the department, the head of our education, like you all know, Action is going to be around. And you know, whenever he's around, the information received is always going to be strong. And you see, in my years of trading, one of the things well, you all know I don't do this on a normal day, but as of this moment, I have to do this so that we know the importance of what we're having tomorrow. In my years of trading, when I came across the head of our department, like you all know as Action, I learned a lot from him. He has my experience in trading has also moved up. Now that tomorrow he's going to be around to give us this special training. It's not the normal kind of training. You understand? So I'm advising you come around, come ready to receive, come ready to become better in trading. So yes, yes, yes. Please and please, if you're around, you're in Lagos, please find a way to get to the academy. Now, the academy, for those, yes, maybe you're in Lagos and you don't know the address of where you're coming in Lagos. You're going to be coming to Wright House number 43. Adeni Jones, Wright House. That's where the office is. You come and meet us at the office. 10 a.m. I'm going to be there. Head of Education, Mr. Olusegun Enujowo. Action is going to be there. My other colleagues are going to be there. Peeps Mama and the likes. We are going to be there live and direct. So we're going to be assisting us, assisting our boss, and doing everything. Everything is going to be better. So please and please find your way there. Okay. All right. Peter Ayola, you're saying, will it be streamed online? Oh, sorry. As of now, we didn't even make any provisions for that for now. But maybe the next one we're going to be holding, we'll try and do something about that to stream it online. So it's not just going to be those in Lagos alone. You understand? But wherever you are to, I believe one of these days we can do something online to get it too. You understand? We'll try our best, but first thing first, let those in Lagos get it first, then we'll be able to push it around. You understand? That's the way it is. So sorry for those that are not in Lagos State. Please don't look at it like we don't value you. We value you. So what we're going to do is we'll look out for a way to make sure you also get it too. We'll look at a way around it to do something for all those that are not in Lagos to get it to get that same training. You understand? If it's going to be a special training online so that you can receive it too. You understand? So don't worry. Tomorrow, 10 a.m., I'll be here. So please and please, we are not doing African time. No African time. Please, let's all be here by 10 a.m. By 10 a.m., I'll be here. My colleagues will be here. So we'll be ready to receive you. So before then, let's say by 9:30, everybody is already coming in. So by 10 a.m., we start. Thank you very much. Okay? All right, so let's come into the real deal now. Let's come and look at the market. Let's look at the market. So basically, based on what we are seeing on the Euro USD as of this morning, looking at it from the long time frame, the daily time frame, now you discover that the market has been dropping. Yes, it has been dropping, meaning that euros has been losing strength, the dollars has been gaining strength. But as of this morning, we can see what is happening. What are we seeing? As of this morning, price got to a support, and we can see that support is what is trying to push price back to the upside. But we do not know if it's going to continue in that line. We do not know if it's going to continue in that line. But let's look at it on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, so basically, this is what we're seeing on the 1 hour time frame. But on the daily time frame, yes, this is where price has gotten to. Okay, so but on the 1 hour time frame, look at what we're saying. So this is it. Is it expected to push up or go down? We really do not know the exact position is going to be. Now I've changed it to my 15 minutes time frame so we can see on the 15 minutes time frame. On this 15 minutes time frame, we can also see that there's a zone around this spot. We can see that there's a zone around this point here. I believe we're seeing that. Okay, from my own end. Okay, yes, there's a zone around this point. So it's two ways. Looking at it from this 15 minutes time frame, it's either the price is able to break above this part, or it reverses down and breaks below this part. Nobody knows where it's going to go. You understand? We can't really say that this is the direction of the market as of now. But based on what we know, these are the two zones that has been created. I'm looking at it from my 15 minutes time frame. So if it's able to break above this point, then we know the direction. It means it's pushing up. But if it doesn't and it comes back down and goes below this zone that has been marked out for us, then we should expect a fall in that price too. You understand? Based on what we are seeing, nobody really knows the direction, but we follow based on the zones. Whichever zone is able to break, if it breaks either the support or the resistance, then we know the direction the market is moving. That's what we're seeing as of now. Okay. All right. So let's look at USD CAD. Let's see what is happening on USD CAD. Where is the market going on that instrument? All right, USD CAD. I'm on USD CAD now. Let's see. I'm on USD CAD. Okay, so this is USD CAD. What are we seeing on daily time frame? Yes, if you look at it on the daily from the daily time frame to you discover that price is at a zone. Is at a supply zone. This is it. Price is at a supply zone, and currently now, you can see that price is struggling around that point. This is on the daily time frame. But let's look at it on the 1 hour time frame. Let's see what is market doing. You see, price has gotten to that point, and based on what we know, when it comes to patterns and structure, whenever you have a double top, we expect price to drop. You understand? And it has given us double top as of this morning, but we don't know if it's going to respect it based on all the US government shutdown and the likes. And you discover that even with the shutdown, dollars started gaining strength after the shutdown. You understand? Shutdown of the US government and everything. So let's look at it from a lower time frame, from a lower perspective. This is 1 point, and on the I'm now my 15 minutes time frame now, so we can see this. This is another point. You understand? These are 2 points, 2 sections on the chart. These are 2 sections on the chart. So let's look at it this way. It's either the market breaks above, and if it breaks above continuously, then we should expect a move in that line. But if the market comes below this point and breaks below this point, then we should expect to move in that line. So these are more of the what I would say, because nobody really knows the direction is going to follow based on what we are saying. But if he's able to break above the 2 zones from what we are seeing on these time frames, whichever zone it crosses above or below, you understand, it takes whichever direction it takes, then I feel we can follow in that line. Okay. So this is that on this particular instrument. Okay. All right. So let's look at all right, so sorry about that. Yes, it was just a network glitch, but I'm back now. Sorry about that. Yes. Okay. So base yeah, we're done with USD card now. Let's look at USD JPY and see the direction of the market on USD JPY. Let's see what JPY is doing as of this morning. Yes, and we're on JPY this morning. Based on what we're seeing on candle zero, is showing a bullish candle on candle zero. You understand? But let's look at it from daily time frame, because see, that's how you know the direction of the market sometimes, to know where it has tilted towards to, but it doesn't really mean that it's going to continue in that line. Okay, so based on that, this is our zone as of this morning. Price has gotten to this point this morning and it's getting down. That means automatically that point is our supply zone. But let's look at it from the lower time frame now. Okay, so I'm on my 15 minutes time frame. I'm on my 15 minutes time frame now. Okay, so on 15 minutes time frame, what I was seeing, very good. Okay, so this is it on 15 minutes time frame. Discover that price has gotten to that high, it has done more of a pullback again. And okay, this is another zone here. So really want to mark it out for us. All right, so let's look at it from this line. So it's in 2 ways. Nobody knows where it's going to. And because we don't know where it's going to, we can't be too sure. So this is point 1, and this is point 2, the supply and demand zone. Whichever direction it follows, that's what our advice we do. Whichever direction the market price moves towards, that's where you follow. So this on USD JPY, USD JPY, marking out the zones, and that's just the main thing. The main real deal is to know where the zones of the market is. Once you know the zone, where the zones of the market is, after that, the movement it takes is what you follow. So that's why we're putting it this way. Nobody really knows the direction as of now. Is it going up or it's coming down? But one of the things is we need to look at what this market is doing. If it's going up, then we follow. If it's not going up, if it's going down, then we follow. Whichever direction it is, we'll take. Okay. All right. So let's look at the next instrument, which is USD CHF. We're going to be looking at different instruments as of this morning. Let's look at USD CHF. USD CHF. All right. Okay, so before I move on, lest I forgot, I was supposed to show us our currency strength meter. Let's go there. Sorry for that. Let's check our currency strength meter as of this morning. Let's see what is happening on the currency strength meter. Woo! Okay, so AUD is weak, Canadian dollars is weak. In fact, okay, let me put it this way. The strongest of all instruments as of this morning is the euros. And you can see the green arrow on it is showing that it's gaining strength, followed by the USD. Also, you can see the green arrow on it. The CHF, yes, that's the next one, equal with USD. Then we have the JPY showing the bearish arrow on it, that is losing strength. GBP, NZD, AUD, and CAD. They are all the list. In fact, but for AUD, GBP, and NZD, they are the list there because you can see the bearish arrow appearing on them. So yes, that's it. This is for this currency strength meter. You understand? You can also look at it from this point, from this end here. You can look at it from currency strength zone. You can look at it from currency strength zone. Okay, if you're looking at it from currency strength zone, just like I said, on this particular site, it refreshes every 10 seconds. Now, once you open this particular site, the first thing you're going to see is going to ask you to watch an advert, after which from there you'll be able to see whatever it is you want to see. Okay, so maybe we have to just look at this. Let's look at it, then we'll move on. Hold on. Okay. All right, so look at it now. Every 10 seconds, it refreshes. And do you know the interesting part about this particular currency strength meter? It has all the time frames you can pick for it. You can see currently I'm on the 1 hour time frame, and on the 1 hour time frame is showing us that USD is the strongest, followed by CHF, then euros, CAD, JPY, to this list, which is AUD, GBP, and NZD are also weak. And you can see that's the same thing that is doing now. You understand? Every 10 seconds automatically refreshes itself. So if you want to go to this particular use this particular currency strength meter, I'll advise you come to currencystrengthzone.com, and you're going to receive it like that. You can change it to whichever time frame you want. You can put it on D1. Once you put it on D1, it shows you the strength of each instrument on the daily time frame. 4 hours time frame is H4, H1, you see it there, N30, you see it there, everything is going to be there. So on H1 too, you can see it has shown us that, okay, currently CHF is the strongest as of now, euros is the weakest. That's just the way it is. It's moving. So I would advise you look at it. Unlike this conventional one that is just showing us the normal way, and we're looking at it from one side. You understand? So yes, I just feel that's it, sure. That's that on this currency strength meter. Okay, so let's move to the next stuff we're doing now. Let's go back to the chart. Let's go back to the chart so we see it. Let's go back to the chart so we see what is happening on the chart. Yes, USD CHF. Let's look. So from my okay, so based on what we saw as of yesterday, this was where the market closed, and it created a zone there, stopped there. This is on my daily time frame. This was where the market got to yesterday. And from that point till this morning now, that the new candle opened and it's showing that bearish on candle zero. That's on daily time frame, right? So let's come down to the 1 hour time frame. You can see it. Price has been dropping since then. Okay, so are we expecting it to go up or come down? Let's go further down. So based on what we're saying, a zone has been formed below around this point. Yes, we can see it. That's what we're saying now. There's a zone here. So we really don't know where it's going to go. But we look at it from this line. Coming. Yes. Make it clear. Okay. So if it's able to break above this part successfully, then we should expect a bullish move. But if it breaks below this part, then we should expect a bearish move. Now, the real truth, just like I said, when it comes to technicals, we are only emphasizing after our technicals to know maybe it's going to go in that line or not. So whichever direction this market picks, I will just advise you follow, because nobody knows where the market is tilting towards, not even with the whole instability globally now. You understand? Okay, so that's that for that on USD CHF. All right. Okay. Mm. USD card. I talked about USD card, Mr. Peter Yola. Yes, I talked about USD card, and I think I've shared that. So maybe you have to hold on for me to do others, then I'll come back to that. Okay, so another one is Kingsley Eromsele say GBP has been bearish with all this news coming from Japan. Okay, so you want to, okay, let's look at it. Let's look at GBP JPY. Let's see what GBP JPY is doing. All right, so this is GBP JPY. Let's look at it from the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, actually, for a while, GBP has been strong and it has pushed up to this point. Okay. Now, as of this morning, there are some certain news, like the news that got released now this morning, saying that a particular party is handing over and everything. Now, there's always going to be reactions to some certain things whenever news is being given. Now, nobody knows the kind of reaction you're going to receive, but whichever reaction you see it on the chart. You understand? So, if the people or the traders in that particular country or the investors in that country, they buy the information they are being given, you surely see a positive reaction. If they don't buy it, if it doesn't fly well with them, you know, there's going to be a negative reaction. So when you look at your chart, you see it, the reaction that you're going to be getting. So the reaction now is showing us more or less like JPY is more or less like gaining strength. And that's why you're seeing that bearish candle on GBP JPY. But let's look at what is it going to do on the lower time frame. Let's see. Nothing to that high. Let's see on 15 minutes. Okay. So based on what we are saying as of this morning, this is on 15 minutes now. They are okay. So let's look at it from these zones. Let's see. First, we could say this is one, right? Where price is itself is another one. Where price is itself is another one. You understand? Because when price did at first, this was where it did the whole thing. Then it broke that part, then went back again. It was more or less like it faked out and everything before it came down to this point. So this is a sensitive point for price. This area you're seeing, let me box it out for us to see. This area we're seeing here is a strong point for price. Oh, okay. This point here is a strong point for price. So it's one of the two. Either price goes up or come down. Nobody really knows what price is going to do in this area. You understand? So one of the things that is for sure is it could be that price is just doing a minor pull up around that side. And if price is doing a pull up around that side, we could expect a bearish move any moment from now. You understand? So around this point, if price is able to go here below that point, it could go that way. Or if it breaks above this point, it could go up. Nobody really knows which direction it's going. But one of the things I will just advise, we watch what is happening here now. Whichever direction we see our chart moving, we strike and follow. That's what I will just advise. That's my take on this particular instrument. Okay, let's look at GBP USD. Let's look at GBP USD. GBP USD. All right, so sorry we're back. Just having a network glitch, but I'm back again. Okay, GBP USD. Let's look at GBP USD. Let's look at GBP USD. GBP USD. All right, so on GBP USD now, let's see what is the market doing. We're also seeing that this is on daily time frame. We discovered that yesterday it showed, based on what we're seeing on candle one, which is yesterday, it was bearish. So is it going to continue in that line? We don't know. But yes, it has formed a zone. So let's pick it from that point where it has formed that demand zone. Let's see. But even though the candle on candle zero is showing what? Bearish. Let's see. Let's come down to 1 hour and see. So these are the zones there on this point. But let's look at it on the 15 minutes time frame. So on the 15 minutes time frame is in two ways. This is point one. Yes, let me make it tight a little bit. So this is point one. You remember the last time we got here and now this point. So this is double bottom, effective, double bottom. And whenever we see that based on patterns, you say you expect price to go up, expect price to go up, but we don't know if it's going to go in that line. But let's just build out the two zones that we are seeing here. This is point one and point two. So yes, so based on what we are seeing now, these are the 2 points. Either it goes up above this point or below this point. So if it's able to go below this point and closes below this point, then we should expect a continuation in that price. But if it goes above and closes above 2, we should expect the price to move in that line. But we don't know. So let's just mark out these zones and see. Let's be expectant. Let's cross our fingers and see whatever chart does. Because, you know, you could have a breaking news now and you just see that the market will just move the other way. So nobody really knows which direction. We can only envisage, and that is what we'll keep on doing to get this movement. You understand? All right. So that's that. Okay. So the next instrument is NZD USD. Let's look at NZD USD. Let's see what is happening on NZD USD. All right. NZD USD. Okay, so based on daily time frame too, yes, we discovered that even on the trend, let's zoom out so we can see. You discover that price got to a particular point and it's been dropping since then. But well, let's see what is going to happen based on what we are saying on the daily time frame. Price has gotten to this particular demand zone here, and the stalling is struggling around this point. We really don't know whether it's going to go further than that. But let's see it further on the lower time frame. What is price going to do? So you see, price has tested it once, twice, and third time again. Is it going to break? We do not know. We do not know. But let's look at it further on the lesser time frame. Okay, so look at the 2 points here now. This is 1 point. Okay, so let me make this tight. Yes, let me make it tight here. This is 1 point, and this is another point here. Making it tight from this angle. Okay, so it's in two ways now. Now we are having it three. Okay. So it's either it goes above or it comes below. So all these points that I'm marking out for us, I expect us to be able to look at it from our own end and also get it ourselves. You understand? Now, this particular line you're seeing in the middle, I will just say is our area of risk. Let's just look at it and see what is happening. Whichever direction it tilts towards, then we should follow in that line. Or maybe we can emphasize that that is where the market is going to go. You understand? That is where the market is going to go. Okay? So that's that. All right, so let's look at another currency before we move to other instruments too. Let's look at AUD USD. Let's look at AUD USD. Okay, so that'll be the next instrument I'm going to be looking at, AUD USD. All right, AUD USD. So based on what we're seeing as of this morning on AUD, this is the daily time frame. Price on AUD2 has also pushed down to close to a zone. Yeah. And okay, it's just showing us. Let me zoom out fully so you can see it. You can see that based on what we are seeing on long time, it's been pushing up, but it's also coming down. You understand? You know, when you talk of higher high, higher lows, higher high, higher lows, that's what is like giving to us. But we do not know if it's going to move in that line based on what we are seeing on trend. Mm. But all the same, let's go lesser and see what's going to happen. So this is it on the 1 hour And on my 15 minutes, this is it. So let's look at it based on what we're seeing on this 15 minutes now. These are the 2 points, the demand and the supply zone. This is one, and this is the other one. You understand? So based on this point, so we should look at it like if the market is able to go above here, we can go bullish with it. And if it doesn't, and it decides to come below at this point, we can go bearish with it. Okay. All right. So sorry for that. The network has just been so funny this morning. We're really sorry for that. I don't understand, but we all know the network in Nigeria the way it can be sometimes. So but just like I said, the 2 points that has been marked out for us. So whichever direction it goes towards, if it goes up, you know what to do. If it goes down, you know what to do based on the movement of this market. You understand? Okay, the market is not predictable again. It's just doing its own, it's playing its own ball the way it is. So we just have to dance to the beats or the drums the market is playing for us now. Okay. All right. Okay. Yes. Wow. All right. Mm, all right. All right. Okay. All right, I can see some of us were asking for gold. All right, so as of this morning, I'm not going to be talking about gold. No gold for now. We've been talking about gold for a while. We have other instruments we can also trade in this market when it comes to commodity. Have you tried silver too? Let's try silver. There are other ones. Let's look at other instruments you can trade. It's not all about gold too. Gold is not the only safe haven we have in this market. Let's try silver too. So this morning, I'm going to be talking about silver. Yes. But gold, I'm not talking about gold as of this morning. I don't even know where gold is going because gold has just been dancing and doing what it's own. So as of this morning, silver it is. Yes. So I'm looking at silver. So for those that are asking of gold, I'm not talking about gold. This morning, I'm talking about silver. Yeah, I'm going to be playing ball with silver. In fact, my chart here, anything that has to do with gold for now is off my chart. No chart, nothing on gold this morning. But silver, yes. I'm on silver. Good. Let's see what silver is doing. So silver, based on what we saw yesterday, silver really went up, got to a new high. Then after that, came back down. And as of this morning again, it has started moving in that line. Is pushing to that point up there. Is it going up? We don't really know. But based on what we're seeing on daily time frame, and based on it, if you look at it on daily time frame, zooming out, you can see that it's just been pushing to the upside. Well, we don't know. If it goes there, fine. If it doesn't, fine. But all the same, we need to look at what is happening. This is on 1 hour. Let's see it on 15 minutes. Okay. So I'm looking at it on these 2 points now. This is point 1 and 2. So that's formed on this point. This is 1 point. In fact, it has gone high. This is another point here. So are we expecting it to still push up in that line? Nobody knows if it's going to go up. But just like we all know, for all these metals, they are all safe havens. That's one thing I know for sure. They are all safe havens. So you're able to understand that you should know um, some certain things. You understand? So for this particular instrument, I'm looking at it from this line. If it's able to cross in any of these directions based on the zones we are saying, we should know the line is going to move towards. You understand? Either it goes up or below, we don't know, but one of the two is going to happen. And whichever direction it takes, then we follow. You understand? But like we also know, you can also say the trend should be your friend, not your enemy. Okay? So whichever direction the market is moving, let that direction be your friend. Let that direction be your very good friend. Okay? So thank you. That's that on silver. Let's move to oil. Let's go to oil. Let's go and look at what oil is doing as of this morning. Oil, oil, oil. I'm on oil. Okay, so oil it is. I'm on oil as of this morning. So based on what we're seeing on oil, zoom out, you discover that oil has been it's been coming down based on what we're saying. It's been coming down, but as of this moment, as of this morning, this actually has been the real zone there. This is on the daily time frame, right? Okay, so let's look at the 1 hour time frame and see what market is doing. It has formed different points. So this is on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, so this is another point. This is another point. Let's now look at it from the 15 minutes point. Okay, so this is it from 15 minutes point. All right, so let's see, 15 minutes point. This is the zone. Okay, so I'm building all of them for us to see. In fact, for this, I'm going to take this off. Let me take this off too. All right, this one is going off. So on the 15 minutes time frame, these are the points we need to look at. Very good. Very good. Nope. Let me look at it from this point. So it's like this. Either it goes below this point or above this point. It's either it goes below or above this point. Whichever direction it moves, then you take it. You understand? That's how it is on this market now. Whichever direction it goes, either it goes up or it goes down. But just like we said, the trend should always be your friend. So whichever direction the market is moving towards, that's what you should follow. The market leads, then you follow. That's the way it is. Whichever direction is leading you to, then you follow in that line. Okay? Thanks, thanks on that. All right. Let's look at the next instrument, which is wheat. Let's look at wheat. This is wheat. This is wheat. This is wheat. Let's look at what wheat is doing. Let's look at what wheat is doing. This is on daily time frame. Okay. So it's not really giving us that serious direction. It's wheat is more of an instrument that loves gapping. It has been gapping and gapping more than enough. So, but it has created zones in all these areas. Okay. So these that on the daily time frame. But let's look at it on the 1 hour time frame. Can you see it's in this line? But let's come down to 50. So in 15 minutes, we'll create the zones here too. Let's look at, okay, this is one point, and this is another point we should look at based on what we're saying now. Whichever direction is able to go towards, then we follow in that line. Understand? If it's able to break out of any of these 2 points, then we'll follow it in that line. Okay? Whichever direction is able to break out of, you follow it in that line. Either it goes up or it comes down. Comes down. Ours is to follow what the market is doing. And once we follow, sure, we should be able to make some good profits for ourselves. Yes. Okay. So that's that on wheat. That's that on wheat. Let's now go to the index market. Let's go to the index market and see what is happening on the index market. Okay. Okay. So I'll open all the index market for all the US index market. Let me open it so we'll see. Start with incoming. Yeah. Okay. Okay. We have US 30. Let's look at that. Let's look at US 100. Then we have the S&P 500, which is US 500. Okay. 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 So we're going to take it one after the other. Yes. We're going to take it one after the other. Let's start with US 30. So from US 30, we move to US 100. From US 100, we move to US 500. And from US 500, we move to US 2000. Okay, so US 30 it is. What's US 30 doing? Let's see. So US 30, based on the information we have, it has gotten to this highest high, and it's been dropping since then, and it has dropped down to this demand zone here, close around this point, and we can see this based on daily time frame. This is the last point it has dropped to. Okay, so but let's look at it on the lesser time frames to see. Let's look at what is happening on 15 minutes. So we create the points there. So this is the first point for 15 minutes, yes. And this is the second point I will look at here. This is another one here. Okay, so what's price saying? Price is able to go outside these points, then we can follow the direction it gives to us, either up or down, whichever direction it follows. Maybe that's where the market price is going to be moving towards, either up or down on the chart, either up or down on the chart. Okay, so that's that on US 100. Okay, so light, you're asking a question of when you say we should let it break above or below, how do you determine complete breakout? By how many pips or points? We are not talking of how many pips or points here in terms of breakout. The points, the zones that has been marked out for you, if price is able to close outside of that particular point where the demand and supply zone is, that's why you're seeing the horizontal line there. Once it closes there, below that point, it means it has crossed a particular section. It's just like a gate. The gate is your zone. It's not about you just going and coming out. No, when you go in and you stay in, it means you've broken that particular zone. You understand? So that's what we're talking about here. Okay? So, okay. So that's that. Like you say, sir, this strategy you're using doesn't involve analyzing using indicators like moving average, right? One of the things you need to understand is this: whether be it moving average, be it whichever indicator you see anybody using, is an advancement on support and resistance. Whichever indicator anywhere, quote me anywhere, quote me anywhere. Whichever indicator you see anybody talking about is just on demand and supply. That's support and resistance. It's just an advancement on it. That's all. So whether you see me using horizontal lines, trend line, and everything, it's just support and resistance. Even if it is moving average has to do with trend. You understand? And if you're talking about moving average, you're talking about dynamic zones based on the market direction on the chart. You understand? Chart pattern and everything. And you still see that too is still what? Support and resistance. Okay? So that's that on your question. All right, so let's move on to US 100. Let's move on to US 100. Okay, so US 100, based on what we are saying to on the daily time frame, look at how high it has gone. You understand? But let's come down to 1 hour, 2, and 15 minutes. Okay, so we'll build it from here. Let's build it from here. So this is point one. As of this morning, it's more or less like it wants to move sideways. We are not really sure if that's what is going to happen, but that's what we are seeing now, that it's like it wants to be going sideways. You understand? But everly, it's going to give us a point. So if it's able to break above or below any of these two directions, then we can follow. So that's my take on this particular instrument. Okay? Yes. That's that on US 100. Let's look at US 500 too. US 500. Let's look at it from this 15-minute side. Okay, so 15 minutes too. Okay, so let's free it up and see some things. This is one point, and this is the other point here. Yes, feel this is better here. So we could do it like this. This point one, and this is point two. So if it's able to close above or below any of this direction, you can follow it there. But the main direction this market is showing us, nobody really knows. Nobody really knows. It can tell you it wants to go up and it will come down. It can show it wants to go down and you see it going up. And sometimes it tell you that it's going up and it will go. If you also tell you that it's going down, it will go. Nobody really knows the whole politics that the market is currently doing. And I want to believe maybe it's as a result of some of the US shutdown and everything. That's why the market is doing what it is doing as of this morning. Okay. All right. So let's look at the last instrument which on the index market, which is the US 2000. Okay, so let's see what it's going to do. Let's see what that market is actually going to do as of this point. 15 minutes time frame. This is point one. Yes, this is point. Okay, so based on what we're saying, this is the other one. Okay, so if this price is able to do any of the two things we're expecting, either to go up or down below these points, then we can what? We can follow. All right, so that's that on this. So let me go to our chart section. Let's see. Okay, you're saying we should look at Euro AUD. Okay, no problem. Let's look at Euro AUD. Let's go there. Let's look at Euro AUD. Let's check what is happening on Euro AUD. Euro AUD. Euro AUD. So we are on Euro AUD now. Let's see. Let's look at it based on what we're seeing on daily time frame. Yeah, we can see that it's more or less that this man has been trying to come. Okay, so it's more or less like he's moving sideways based on what we're seeing on daily time frame. It's not really showing us one perfect direction as of now. That's that. So on 1 hour, let's go to 15 minutes and see. Let's see the zones that it has built up for us. So on 15 minutes, this is it. This is one zone. Yes. Uh, this is currently tight based on what we're seeing on 15 minutes. It's more or less like it's just moving by the side here, but I'm very sure it's going to pick a direction at the end of the day. This is another point here. This is another point here. So it's either this point or the other point. So it's either it goes like this or it comes back to this point. Okay, so it's one of these two. Either it goes one way. Or if we're looking at it based on what it's showing, like it's moving sideways from these 2 points now, we'll just wait for it to tilt towards one direction. Whichever direction it tilts towards, that's where we should follow. Okay, so that's that on Euro AUD. All right, that's that on Euro AUD. Okay. All right, so at this junction, I'm going to be calling it a day for us. Thank you very much for joining. For all those that joined, really, really happy. Once again, I'm reminding us for those that are in Lagos, please do your best to be at the academy tomorrow. By 10 a.m., the class is starting. The class starts by 10 and closes 12. We're going to end whatever it is we're going to do by 12. Please and please, no African time. Just like I said, action is going to be there and we're going to look at it, do the whole special training for us tomorrow. Okay? Come prepared. You see me there. My colleague is going to be there. We are all going to be there. All right? Thank you very much. Have a lovely day ahead. Bye for now.